I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. I'm out here in the howling winds because I thought this would be a good time to introduce this video. I haven't done one of these for a while, but this is another episode of why I love this song. And the song that I'm choosing today is what I consider to be the gem of Led Zeppelin's fifth studio album, Houses of the Holy, and that would be No Quarter. So, if you've never seen an episode of why I love this song, it's a pretty simple premise. It's just basically me picking a song that I have loved probably for a long time and just talking a little bit about why I think it's such a great song. Now, first off, I should probably say that I think Led Zeppelin is one of the greatest, if not the greatest band to ever walk the earth. So that kind of goes into my thinking here. And I think that the song No Quarter is a really great showcase for each member of the band. I also think it's one of their most atmospheric, almost spooky sounding songs that they have in their entire catalog. Of course, this comes off their fifth studio album, Houses of the Holy. And I feel like one of the reasons why it has such a spooky kind of sound to it is largely in part due to John Paul Jones and the work that he does on synthesizer, mellotron, keyboards, grand piano, and bass in this song. As a matter of fact, I feel like this is one of those songs where the first 30 seconds of it set the tone for this epic song. Now, of course, it's not just all John Paul Jones, right, doing all the musical expertise in this song. We also have Jimmy Page with his contributions on guitar, which are just fantastic. Like when a lot of those, the keyboard parts are playing, Jimmy Page is embellishing it with some chords, some of them kind of odd, like this one. They carry the news that must get through. That's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of variation of a C minor. I'm not sure what that is. There's all kinds of stuff in there, little nuances and stuff, and I don't know how to play all of them. I'm not here to show you that. But I think when we think of Jimmy Page on guitar, one of the main things we think of in this song is that riff that comes in with it. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, what about lyrically? Well, I love the lyrics too. Normally it's a combination that makes a great song for me. And the lyrics on this, I think, are very cool. There's not a whole lot of them, but what they have is well written and it fits very well with the music. Let's take a look, shall we? Luckily, hey, it came with the lyrics. Starts out, close the doors, put out the light. You know they won't be home tonight. The snow falls hard, and don't you know, the winds of Thor are blowing cold, 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 cold. Now, I love that part there. The winds of Thor are blowing cold. Now we're kind of going back to the immigrant song where we're singing about the Vikings and the Norse gods. You guys know I love my Vikings, so I'm going to love this song. Next up, they're wearing steel that's bright and true. They carry the news that must get through. They choose the path where no one goes. They hold no quarter, and they ask no quarter. That's just very strong sounding words lyrically. I love the no quarter, right? When you give no quarter to your enemy, that means no mercy, total destruction. They ask no quarter. They don't ask you to hold up. It will be a fight. This is a battle to the death. They've already evoked the Viking imagery. They have evoked the cold weather. You're picturing them out in the snow. Now, what's cool is right after this set of lyrics here, before it goes in any further, we have this fairly long instrumental break, which is really cool. It's got John Paul Jones playing some piano on here, some grand piano, and it actually kind of has a jazzy kind of feel to it. And Jimmy Page, he's got it going. He's got the guitar sounding kind of fat. There's a lot of effects in this song and everything, by the way, too. But he has kind of a bit of a jazzy feel to it. I really like it. Even John Bonham kind of gets into it and changes the rhythm a little bit, just slightly. And, during this part, this is kind of total prog rock right here. I mean, I think Emerson, Lake and Palmer would like that. John Bonham, we haven't touched as much on him, but in this instrumental break, let me show you something real quick. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to sound like John Bonham because John Bonham is a drum god. But when it comes to the part where, I don't know, I guess it'd be the chorus, where it's going like from, what is it, D to C, and then F to G, that part. It's a very kind of a steady beat, kind of heavy-handed, something like this. To that part I was talking about after the first verse, and it goes into that little bit of a jazzy part. Then he's playing more on the hi-hat, and he accents stuff with an open hi-hat, and it changes it just a little bit. This won't sound exactly like it, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. Something along those lines. So he changes it, does a much better job, of course, but I think it's really cool how it's a subtle change, but it really accents to that whole part where there's a lot of jamming on there. Okay, so we come back from that super cool instrumental break, which I love. Just John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page just playing together, John Bonham holding it all down with a cool drum beat. And then we come up to the next set of verses, which are just as cool, if not better, than the first set. Walking side by side with death, the devil mocks their every step. How cool is that? That sounds very heavy metal. I know this isn't really a heavy metal song, but those lyrics are very dark, very mysterious. Totally go along with this song, right? They're on some kind of journey, some kind of something that's life and death, obviously. The snow drives back the foot that's slow. That makes me think that, hey, if you don't keep up, you're going to be dead. The dogs of doom are howling more. These are fantastic. These are Robert Johnson style lyrics here. They carry news that must get through to build a dream for me and you. So they're on some kind of journey, right? This battle. They're trying to make a better world for themselves, but they have to go through hell to get to it. They choose the path where no one goes, They hold no quarter, they ask no quarter. So there we go. And then the song just starts to, repeat this. You've got Robert Plant, who does great vocals on here. They put effects on his vocals too, sometimes where there's like echo and sometimes where it feels like it's just he's talking right in your ear. At this point, they overdub it where he's singing with himself. He's singing the lines, but then in the background he's going, no quarter, quarter, quarter. And it's just great. It's a perfect example of Robert Plant and what an awesome voice he has. And these lyrics, of course, he wrote these lyrics and it's fantastic. I love the way at the end, the dogs of doom are howling more. And it just kind of says that right before the song fades out. So all of these things together is why No Quarter is one of my all-time favorite Led Zeppelin songs, and I will always love it. This is why it's a song that I love. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Hope you enjoyed this episode. What do you think of this song? Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.